And good evening from the John Wood Community College Student Activity Center. It's John Wood Community College Trailblazer basketball on MeccaSportsCo.com. And welcome to the Mountain Dew Court, my favorite of all time, obviously, since I am the Mountain Dew drinker here. I'm Jeff Wellman as we get ready for some college action tonight. And as you heard, the band playing on the way in. I am right in the middle of the John Wood band, up here in the crow's nest, as we might call it, up in one corner of the gymnasium. Band was coming up to play, and so they kind of worked around me, and then they're down into the wind instruments and the horns and all that are down actually in the stands. So the action you'll be hearing in between each quarter tonight will be the band from John Wood. Hey, the Trailblazers come in here. They've got 2 home games left this week. They're playing tonight, and then again on Saturday they'll play Illinois Central College at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The girls will play right before that at 1 o'clock. And by the way, the Lady Blazers beat Lewis and Clark in the first game, 77-49 in that game. And we had Blair F. Tank, her first game back as she came back to play basketball for John Wood this semester. They were down, had a couple injuries, and needed a couple players, and Blair interested in getting back, so she left Mizzou and showed up here. We'll have more on that. Anyway, the Trailblazers are coming in 15-12, 6-4 in the conference. We'll talk more about it, but while I take a break and the band starts jamming, we'll go to Coach Hoyt and talk to him in the pregame show. And welcome back to the pregame, powered by Kunis Honda and Kunis Hyundai. Hey, let's take a little switch here from the high school action and jump back into college. And we're going to go back in the day of, I've covered this guy. I've covered him as a coach. We've been play-by-play and colormen together, and tonight we're back on the court, and you're going to stay coaching, and I'll go stay up in the press box. How does that sound?
I think that's a good idea. We'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll join you up there at some point. But, yeah, that just means we've been doing this for a long time, because there's a lot of time from when you covered me to right now. We've been around this game for a while.
I really don't want to go with that much time there. We were just talking earlier about you guys being in the Nationals, and I said you played for John Wood, yep. And Taylor and Foley and Layla Day just went, he played here? And so, yeah. Hey, by the way, for those out there I didn't mention, it is Brad Hoyt out here, and of course he is the head coach here for the John Wood Trailblazers. And it went from the CYO days and you guys at the national tournament, which was so much fun, and a lot of fun out here still. You're getting good crowds. You're the only college team, by the way, in the area other than the University of Illinois that's over 500. So that's now all the rest of them are going, thanks for mentioning that there, Wellman. And so, but we've got a nice thing here where we've got 2 home games tonight and Saturday, and it determines our postseason position as well.
Yeah, it really does. And to have 2 home games the last week of the regular season doesn't usually work out that way, So we got a chance to kind of get our kind of feet underneath us. We got to get better and try to figure out a way to win a couple. Then we get a chance to play at home, And the way our postseason works is quarterfinal is the higher seed. So with a win tonight, we'll secure a chance to play at home and kind of kick into the postseason.
Looking at this team, you've had some ups and downs, some peaks and valleys. They've really been trying to find themselves. We've got a couple of game winning streak going right now. And anytime you can beat Danville at home, that's worth the whole season sometimes. We just remember, hey, Coach Spezia, we got you again. But he's not there anymore. But talk about the team a little bit and what you're expecting here. We got 5 guys I see scoring, 7 or 8 points or more a game. Where's our focus?
Yeah, again, our focus is emotionally and just personality. We got to find a way to get better. And we had ups and downs. We'll win a bunch and we'll lose a bunch. And a lot of it's just trying to find ourselves a little bit, trying to find kind of our mood, right? Like our trust in what we're all doing. So I thought the Danville game the other day, the second half was as well as we had defended all year. And so that obviously gives you a chance. It was a really good personality win, but tonight's got to be better than what it was on Saturday. We got to be a little better on Saturday. We just got to keep moving. So I'm hoping the up and down of what we've experienced the last couple months is over, and we figure out a way to play our best basketball at the end of the year, which is obviously all of our goals.
That's what everybody wants to do. And now you played Lewis and Clark earlier in the year, and that was an ugly first half, I heard, because you were down 12. You had to have a great second half. You won by 5. So you know what this team's about. But if you come out and do your stuff right off the bat, shouldn't be a game, should it?
It should. We should. If we're better than what we were on Saturday, the final score will take care of itself, right? But I've been around this too long to know that winning is really hard to do. And it'll be no different tonight. But what I hope we see is our guys are in a good mood. We get out and we pressure a little bit, we rebound. I think if we get out in transition tonight, we'll kind of get ourselves going, and that's when we're at our best.
And you talked about winning is hard to do, especially when you were trying to pass Mike Helby that last year. Or was that last year or this year now? I've lost track of this one there, but it was just like, please get this thing over.
That's why we don't talk about that stuff, or I don't talk about that stuff, and everybody else does. And so, winning is always hard, and then usually you have some weird caveat like that, and it seems to get harder for some reason. But again, we're dealing with 18, 19-year-old guys. They're dealing with me, and so we're dealing with each other, trying to find a way to be better and better and better. And I'm looking forward tonight, and really appreciate you coming out tonight.
Oh, it's great. That is the transition for a junior college coach. You've only got them 2 years. If you're lucky, they may leave after the first year. So every year you've got to be on the recruiting, and you're still trying to do the same thing you would do with a four-year school, get the kid their education, get them on the right track for the future.
Yeah, it is. It's a fast turnaround. We tell everybody that the four-year schools have a year and a half to kind of get your feet underneath you. We got about 3 months. Mm-hmm. And in about the 3-month mark, we've got a pretty good idea of who's going to help us, kind of what that looks like moving forward academically, socially, and athletically. So we brought 5 really good dudes back from a year ago, but we're counting on a whole bunch of our 9 freshmen. And again, what you want is at this point of the year, they're not freshmen, they're sophomores, they're well-seasoned, and we can sort of adjust accordingly tonight and try to get on the run going next week.
All right, you make one more thing here. We got an announcement today that Robbins is going to be heading to Quincy University.
Yeah.
Nice success for him and for Steve Hawkins to keep him local.
I love it. And I've been on record for years that if we have good fits that can stay in the area and continue their education, that's awesome. Because I get to see them. It's easier to go watch them play. They can come in here, and Logan's one of the good ones, right? Like, he's one of the really, really good fits. I'm happy he's been a Trailblazer. I'm excited for him to be a Hawk. And I think that those guys across town and people that follow the Hawks will really, really enjoy getting to know him even more than what they already do.
I'm going to sneak one more in here since you're talking about keeping kids local. We've got one an hour away, and they're having a great season with Illinois College and your son.
Yeah, gosh dang. You coach, and so you live in moments and you do all that, but when you're a dad, it actually is a little different than that. So they won their tournament last weekend. Jake played a massive role in the championship game of the tournament. They've made the NCAA tournament for the second year in a row, and so they opened up their NCAA tournament run on Friday afternoon down in St. Louis. And so if you're looking for me Friday afternoon about 4:30, I'm going to be at Wash U with my Illinois College blue on, trying to cheer on the Blue Boys.
Good luck to him. I saw that poster, and that was a good-looking poster of all those guys as well. So. Well, we get down to here. Now, that winning is hard. You've got to put that as a copyright that or patent that and get it on some bumper stickers. I like that.
That's right. Yeah, we'll see what we can do.
Well, let's make it a little easier tonight. How's that sound?
Amen, brother. I'm with you on that.
And we'll see you after the game. That's Brad Hoyt. His comments are powered by Kunis Honda and Kunis Hyundai. Up next, the Trailblazers against the Trailblazers. Yes, you won't hear me saying that much during the game. It's John Wood and Lewis and Clark on MeccaSportsCo.com.
We're putting the fun back in refund here at Kunis Honda in Quincy. It's that time of year to put your tax refund to good use with a new vehicle. We have the area's best selection of new Hondas and pre-owned vehicles for every budget. Plus, our Fresh Start program can get you approved regardless of your credit situation. Put the fun back in your refund at Kunis Honda in Quincy on North 36th Street.
And we are back here at the Student Activities Center at John Wood Community College there. We thank Coach Hoyt for joining us in the pregame, of course, powered by Kunis Honda and Kunis Hyundai. And again, get out there with your refund. They got some new and used cars out there, some good-looking stuff. And we keep telling you there'll be a red 2022 Accord out there pretty soon, as soon as the basketball season ends. But it's not going to be too quick here for Mecca Sports. We'll have games tonight, of course, with the John Wood Trailblazers. On Friday, we will be heading off to Pekin. And it's the Quincy High Blue Devils taking on Normal Community College. They seem like one with the height on that team there, 6'10", 6'8", 6'8", 6'6". But the Iron Men, it'll be the Pekin sectional final actually in Pekin on Friday night. Then Saturday, we're back out here at the Mountain Dew Court, as it will be the last home game and game of the season before the postseason. It'll be Illinois Central here at 1 o'clock for the girls' game and 3 o'clock for the afternoon game. As we mentioned before we went to coach on the pregame show, 15-12 for the Trailblazers, 6-4 in the conference. They are averaging 68.5 points a game on the season. A couple points more when they get to conference play, as they're at 70.4 points per game. Giving up only 67 either way all season long, so doing a good job on the defensive side. They average about 44% from the field on their shooting. They're under 30% from the land of three, 28 to 29%, and they're shooting much better in the conference at 70% from the charity stripe. That's the free throw line, 66% overall on the season. We talked about these two teams with Coach. They played back on January 31st at Lewis and Clark. The final was 66-61 for John Wood. And in that game, Talton, that was Joshua, he had 17 points and 9 rebounds. Jordan Sheldon had 13 points. And Wally, that's Wallingford, he had 8 points and 10 rebounds in that ball game. Down by 12 at halftime. Had to come back in the second half for that one. And I believe another one like Danville the other day, 59-57 in that victory, had to come back in. And Lincoln Land, the other victory here, we've got a 2-game victory going on, winning streak, 68-62. And it looks like our national anthem is going to be here, so we'll pot up. We'll stand up, take our hat off, honor our flag for the national anthem. And our national anthem here at home. Good crowd out here. It's still time to get out here if you're out and about and looking to watch the game live. Otherwise, stick around and pick it up on mechasportsco.com. Coach Pettit sitting in front of his big TV in Rockford, just waiting for Friday night in Pekin. So am I, but we got a good ball game here. Why sit at home? Here's your starting lineups. First for the Trailblazers. And you won't hear me call that out much because both teams are the Trailblazers. Number 0, Matthew Taylor. He's 6'5". He's a sophomore from Roxana, down in that Jerseyville area. Alton, Wood River. Your other starters, number 3, Joshua Dickens from Hazelwood West. Number 4, Myron Stampley Jr. That sounds familiar because he's the 6'2" freshman from Alton. And we have Samaj on the team this year after the Blue Devils beat them in the first round of the regionals. Number 21, Blake Hall. He is also from Alton. He's a freshman at 6'4". And Tyreek Jones, 6'2", Austin East from Knoxville, Tennessee. Kayon Lacey is the interim coach for the Lewis and Clark Trailblazers. They wear their road blue trimmed in white. For the Trailblazers, they'll start off number 3, Joshua Talton. He comes from Monroe City. He's averaging 12.3 a game, leading the team. Following him, number 4, Jordan Shelton. He averaged 11.1. He is from Mexico, Missouri. Cachao Giaquinto Jr. He wears number 5, just shy of 10 points a game. And then rounding out the lineup, the big men inside, Logan Robbins, the new commit to Quincy University. He wears number 12. He's got 8.6 points a game and 7 rebounds. And the big man inside, Jake Wallingford, wears number 20. He's got 9.7 points per game, and he's also got 7 rebounds a game as well. And, of course, the head coach, you heard him in our pregame show, powered by Kunis Honda and Hyundai. That's Brad Hoyt. And he's assisted by Pat Rafferty. And Coach Obert's still over there as well. I didn't get to check on who, and Coach Sheffield in that lineup too. So we're ready for basketball here at John Wood. John Wood will work right to left on your dial. And Lewis and Clark the opposite way, as Stampley will be in the center circle. Check that. Dickens in there for Lewis and Clark. Wally will be in there for the Trailblazers. And we're ready to get it going. And you'll get to hear the John Wood band throughout the night on the breaks. I'm not talking, they're jamming. Glad you could join us on some bonus coverage here with mechasportsco.com. I'm Jeff Wellman. Tip goes up. Wallingford gets it to Robbins. And Kachow will bring the ball down. Man-to-man coming from the other side from Dickens. To the left side, Talton. The exchange from Wallingford to the right side. Bouncing into the short corner, Robbins on the right. Hands off. The pull-up, the J. Baseline no good. Good-looking shot there. First one by Shelton by the Trailblazers. One and done. Here comes Lewis and Clark. Man-to-man coming from the Trailblazers. In the high post is Taylor. Working off the right side. Check that, the left side. Shot is blocked there. Ball's on the floor. We'll get a jump ball. And that was Jones going in strong. Two Blazers there to block the shot. The alternate possession. First one of the ball game with 19:24 left in the first half. And it will head over to Lewis and Clark. Baseline out of bounds play. Trailblazers stay that man-to-man. And again, I'll watch that Trailblazers because when you hear it, you're probably going to hear me talking about John Wood. At the top, Dickens with the left side. Being guarded out there by Robbins. Ball's taken away. Here comes the Trailblazers. Lost the handle on the ball, and that was Shelton. He got near half court. Ball's on the floor again. We've got Trailblazers from both teams out there, and good hustle by Talton. John Wood has the basketball. No score yet, 1 minute into this ball game. Left side, Jordan Shelton back to the top. That's Wallingford to the right side. Tipped out, but Talton gets it. Almost taken away from Talton. Moves around, Kachow. Hit a shot from three. No good, long rebound. Here comes a 3-on-1, now 3-on-2. Lewis and Clark, the pass from behind, and the first basket of the game. Joshua Dickens for Lewis and Clark. Little full court pressure being applied. In the backcourt, Stampley was out there, as well as Jones. Good drive from the right baseline, and the first foul of the ball game will go against Lewis and Clark. Joshua Talton will go to the line to shoot two. Foul was called on Blake Hall, his first, and the first against Lewis and Clark. One of the two players from Alton starting in the lineup for Lewis and Clark. Just down the road, of course, right next to it in Godfrey. First free throw is good, so John Wood is on the scoreboard, 18-20 left first half action. Breaking down to the 20-minute halves now instead of the 8-minute quarters. Talton missed the shot. It was tipped around a couple times. Comes away. Joshua Dickens for Lewis and Clark. He gets picked up by Shelton. Push to the right side. The runner from the baseline. Shot went off the side of the board. Tracking it down for the Trailblazers. And that's John Wood with Shelton. In the half-court set to the right side. Kachow to the trailer, Robbins. Robbins comes left side. Talton. And he finds Wallingford inside. Great pass. Good reversal there. Talton gets the assist. Wallingford gets the basket. Good ball movement there from the Trailblazers. And following that second trailer as Wallingford got big down in the block. 3-2 Trailblazers from John Wood leading in this one. Back to the top of the key. That's Matthew Taylor. Looking for a backdoor cut. It wasn't there by Stampley. Good defense. Now the shot is partially blocked. Talton gets back inbounds after playing great D to get the rebound. Joshua, good crossover between the legs all the way to the hole. Oh, just off the iron. Bounced on one side and bounced on the other. Great take there by Talton. On the other end, great defense there by Wallingford straight up. This is the college game, folks. Stampley went in strong. From the left corner, Trailblazers, good for three. Jordan Shelton hits the three for John Wood. John Wood on a 6-point run, now leads 6-2. John Wood back in the half-court set in their home white, trimmed in green and gold. And a good steal out here, flipping it back into the action. Kachow gets it. The steal by Shelton. In transition, Talton pulls for three. Good! They didn't fix the net yet, and Joshua's three brought it down. And we've got a 9-2 game, 7-point lead by John Wood. Lewis and Clark in the high post. Blake Hall pops up. Kachow was guarding him. Flips over to Taylor. Still at the top of the key. He's got Wallingford on him. Right side Stampley. Nice bounce pass inside. And trying to block the shot was Robbins from behind. We also had a slide over from Help. And that's where the call is going to be called. Dalton will be called for that. That's Joshua, his first team foul against John Wood. And to the line will be Joshua Dickens shooting 2. Dickens rattles in the first one. He'll have one more. And that breaks the 9-point run by John Wood. Lewis and Clark scored the first basket of the game. And a lane violation. Somebody came into the lane after they already handed the ball to the shooter. So nothing there. In fact, it does not go as a missed shot, by the way. I was told that is a violation. You don't count that, so he went 1 for 1 still from the line. John Wood has the basketball in the lead, 9-3. In the backcourt, Kachow goes to a knee, still comes up dribbling. Talton comes across the timeline. We have a delayed 10-second call. Kachow had fallen down, and the count was getting up there, but Talton, I thought, was across the line. I guess to his count of 10 and blowing the whistle, it takes a little time there. So with 16:03 left in the first half. John Wood 9, Lewis and Clark 3. Lewis and Clark with the basketball. Dickens with Robbins on him. Stays to the right side. Stampley on the right side. Quickly back to the top to Taylor. Taylor brings the dribble to the right wing. Doesn't have everywhere to go. 3 guys on the right side, no real movement. Here's a drive, another little fader from the baseline. And Dickens does hit the basket. He's got 5. In fact, all 5 of Lewis and Clark's points. Full court pressure. Talton in the middle of the court. Across the timeline. Goes against Hall. Backs it out now. He waves Kachow out of the way, goes to the left corner. Now Kachow gets the ball at the top. With the drive, kicks it out to Shelton, right side, no good. And we've got 3 shots on that one. As closing out was Tyreek Jones. A little too close. He did not give Shelton a chance to come down. So with that, Jordan will shoot 3. Second foul goes against Lewis and Clark. 1 against John Wood. Still in the old style. 7 for the bonus, 10 for the double. Unlike the high school where each quarter is 5 fouls, and on the 5th it's 2 shots. Taking a little while to get used to that this year. Second was no good by Shelton. He hits 2 out of 3. Jordan's got 5 points in the ball game. For the Trailblazers, it's 11-5 with a lead. We played just about 5 minutes in the first. On the right side, Stampley. Good defense, man-to-man, coming out of Talton. Taylor gets the ball and then puts his one dribble down, then has to get rid of it. Wally does a good job of picking him up on those. To the left side he goes, Dickens. Dickens behind the arc. Tries to take Robbins to the hole. Starts to fall down. Taylor takes a 3 from way out, and it comes up short and to the left. And coach is telling him, hand him the ball, meaning the guard. But I tell you, there wasn't much time left. There was only 2 or 3 left on the shot clock. Good defense from the Trailblazers of John Wood. Kachow comes around to the right side. Talton gets it, kicks it left. Here comes Shelton. 3 guys on the outside on the perimeter. Wally in the high post. Robbins in the low post to the corner. Shelton directing. Ball goes into the high post to Wally. Wally brings it around to Shelton. Shelton stops at the left elbow. Kicks it out to a double screen over there. Kachow, no good. Robbins kept it alive to Wallingford. Back out to Shelton for 3. Good! Jordan Shelton hits the 3. Give Kachow the assist. But that goes to Robbins and Wallingford as they kept that ball alive and moved it around 2 extra passes. 14-5, John Wood with a lead. Blake Hall on the left side, back to the top, Taylor. Wally's got him. Good job on the defense on denial. Talton was all over it, and good help by Shelton. To the right side. Time's getting down to 6. Good block shot by Robbins. He blocked Jones' shots. Here's Wallingford. Wallingford gives it up and gets it right back. Sheldon got it and gave it right back to Wally. He had 2 guys behind him. Ball was knocked out of bounds on the block shot. Kachow and Wally are both going to take a break. Brighton Klingel into the game wearing number 34. And also number 10, Kylan Smith in the lineup. Shelton, Robbins, and Talton stay in the ball game. There's a nice lob inside. Robbins was up high, setting a screen for Talton. He released. Talton hangs on to the ball with the assist with the lob, and Robbins gets the basket. Good stuff there from the Trailblazers on a nice little 7-point run. Lead by 11, 16-5. Robbins playing good D in the corner. Pushing. That was Dickens. Ball has come to the right side. New guy into the ball game. Allende Bennett. He wears number 23. Blake Hall drives to the basket. Robbins goes up straight, gets the block shot with contact. Here come the Blazers in transition. Shelton starts to make a drive. Shelton goes up. Double pumps off the glass. No good. Weak side rebound. Matthew Taylor for Lewis and Clark. Good take there by Shelton. Driving Dickens to the hole. He likes that spot going to the right side and trying to get out there where he can take a shot kind of off angle sometimes. That was the 7-point run answered by Lewis and Clark. John Wood turns the basketball over, so with 12:52 left in the first, leading 16-7. Lewis and Clark will get it on their baseline. Another substitution. Talton's going to come out. Nolan Dietrich, I believe he is up from the Illini West Carthage area. Here's a shot. Oh, a lazy, crazy shot there. That was taken by Dickens. Rebounded inside by Robbins. Here come the Blazers down the left side, back to the top. Robbins pass to the right side. Good pass, good cut. Klingel from the weak side made a cut to the strong side. Klingel gets the bucket, and the assist goes to Smith. Good ball movement by John Wood. Nice screen on the weak side as well. Lewis and Clark with the basketball. Hall passes to the right side. That's Bennett with the basketball. He started coming up top. Now he drives baseline, and it was knocked out. Robbins underneath the basket. Tipped it up, hit the supports behind, and Robbins is going to get a break. In for the Blazer, Ty Miner will check in. He wears number 30 for John Wood. John Wood has, I believe, all but Shelton. 4 subs in there right now. Klingel, good defense. Ball had to come back out to Dickens. Dickens drives baseline left side instead of right, and Dickens will go to the line to shoot. Dickens has 7. He has taken a lot of shots heading to the basket. Foul was called on Jordan Shelton, his first. Second on John Wood. 2 fouls as well on Lewis and Clark. So Joshua Dickens to the line to shoot 2. He missed one earlier. He made one earlier. He did not get to shoot the second one. We had a lane violation after they handed him the basketball. Dickens makes one. Our cheerleaders are right down from us as well. We'll hear from them. 2 out of 2 from the charity stripe. And he still has all 9 points of Lewis and Clark. That's Joshua Dickens. Good no-look pass down to Klingel. And I thought maybe after Stampley touched it, Klingel did not, but Brighton touched the ball. We'll go back to Lewis and Clark. Just under 12 minutes left in the first half here. At the Mountain Dew Court, the John Wood Community College Activity Center. Jeff Wellman solo tonight. I got the ball and the call, folks, for MeccaSportsCo.com. Left corner, drive, start. Good defense out there by Shelton, sliding down from the weak side. He knocked the pass out of bounds, so Lewis and Clark will have it. Jones will trigger it on the baseline. Left wing at Stampley, 2 at the high post. Hall made a cut down to the low post. Bennett makes a cut. He gets the ball and then has it knocked away. Picking the ball up is Klingel. Nice job. He gets it out to Shelton. Shelton to the bounce pass in traffic. Luckily, Smith gets it, and John Wood still has the basketball. To the top of the key. Lobs inside. Oh, and a good catch. A good catch. Give the assist, first of all, to Miner, but then the catch by Dietrich and the reverse layup was impressive. 20-9. John Wood with an 11-point lead with 11-11 left in the first half. Get out your punch card. Ones are wild. From the top of the key. Oh, a three-pointer with defense, and that was Joshua Dickens. Dare I say it, he's got all 11 points now for Lewis and Clark. In transition from the left side. 3, Dietrich, no good. Long rebound comes out front. Stampley. Here comes Lewis and Clark. Bennett gets over to the right side, and the Trailblazers, meaning John Wood, closed in a little late. Nolan Dietrich will get called for his first. Trailblazers third of John Wood. Head to the line will be Allende Bennett. He's got 2 shots. Kachow waiting to check in. Giaquinto Jr. First free throw is no good. Taking a break is Jordan Shelton. Shelton's got 2 threes. He's got 8 points in the first 9 minutes of this one. 9 minutes and actually 14 seconds. Second free throw, no good. Rebounded by John Wood. Miner comes down with it. Full court pressure being applied by Lewis and Clark down the right side. Dietrich skips it over to the left side. Driving hard to the hole, up, under, and the finger roll. Kylan Smith, he's in the scoring column, 22-12. 22-11, check that. 10:21 left in the first half. On the left side. Lost the ball and threw it out of bounds. Almost lost his shoe. That was Dickens. Ball does go out of bounds. It will go back to Lewis and Clark. That last shot must have only been a 2-pointer then when he pulled up. Dickens pulled up from outside. I had it down for a 3, but it's 22-11. Lewis and Clark with the basketball. Stampley tries to step back, now takes a drive. Stepping in. Almost had a hold of the ball before Bennett takes the 3-pointer, almost short. Good job on defense by the Blazers. In transition. Kachow down the left corner. Dietrich for 3. No good. Weak side. Klingel tracked it down, but from behind, it was Dickens. Knocked the ball off of Klingel's foot, and the ball will go back to Lewis and Clark with 9:52 left. So halfway through the first half, 22-11, 11-point lead by the Trailblazers. Wait for our breaks, and at halftime, you'll get to hear the John Wood band out here jamming. There's a drive from the right side. A lot of one-on-one ball from Lewis and Clark. Comes out to Bennett in front. He drops it down to Taylor. Taylor makes 2 or 3 moves. Klingel wasn't biting for him. Back out to Blake Hall. Blake's got the little fro there. Little fuzz there. Kind of shot from outside. No good by Stampley. Rebounded. And here comes Kachow. He fakes. He goes in. He takes the left hand up. And a touch off the iron. And Kachow with the score. His first bucket of the first half. 24-11. John Wood with the lead. Keep stepping on my cord there, folks. Stampley with double screens up high. Takes it left side. Picking him up is Smith. Ball to the right side, the southpaw 3. Long southpaw shot there. Jones went over the basket. Kachow got the rebound. And a foul on a trap in the backcourt. We had Hall down there and Jones. Tarek Jones, his second. Team foul number 3 right now. And, of course, that's not Frank Cash making the call tonight. He must have the night off. Wallingford back in the game for John Wood. We had a sub on Lewis and Clark. I'll double-check that in a second here. John Wood with the basketball in the lead by 13. On the right side, Kachow. Oh, and a good pass straight down the lane. Wallingford. And Wallingford had just taken a step towards the basket. The defense turned their head for a second. And Wally gets the ball. Kachow gets the assist. 30-second timeout. 8:35 left first half. 26-11. John with the lead. We're going to get the cheerleaders in this break. You got the J-Dub Woodpile just down here to my left. Young Mr. Dickerman was in that group tonight. And it's hard to find him as a college student already. That means we've all gotten a little bit older. And I think Sean got a little older this week as he had a birthday. That's Sean Dickerman, longtime WGEM man. 8:35 left first half action. John Wood with the lead, 26-11. And nice that we can bring the video of it tonight. Back to audio only on Friday night in Pekin, Quincy High, and Normal Community. Should be a great one. Normal sets up at 6'10", 6'8", 6'8", 6'6" in their lineup. Full court pressure being applied by John Wood now. Stampley gets across the timeline. Heads down the left side into the left corner. He got picked up out there. Now the trailer, Blake Hall takes a 3, no good. Bennett got the rebound and kicks it back out to Hall. Hall was making a cut to the basket, and trailing him was Dietrich. It'll be his second and the fourth against John Wood. John Wood right now with Dietrich in there, as well as Kylan Smith, number 10. Wallingford, number 20. Number 30, Ty Miner. And rounding that lineup, Cachao Giaquinto Jr. From the left side, three-pointer by Hall, no good. Tipped by Wallingford. Cachao comes away with it for John Wood. Across the timeline, left side, crossover dribble, pull up from 14 foot. Rolls out, but Wallingford's there, tips it once. Rebounded there by Matthew Taylor for Lewis and Clark. Nice pull up on the shot there by Kylan Smith for John Wood. Stampley drives. Smith does not foul. Wallingford gets the rebound for John Wood. In transition, Cachao from the left side to the right. Here's Dietrich for three. Good! Nolan Dietrich hits the three from the right wing. Cachao gets another assist. It's a 9-point run, and it's 29-11. John Wood with the lead. Lewis and Clark looking like it was a timeout. We got two guys sitting there on the side waiting to go in. Coming back in, Tyreek Jones for Lewis and Clark. Joshua Talton checking back in for John Wood. Gives Nolan Dietrich a break. He had a bucket in the first 10 minutes, and he had that last three-pointer from the right wing. 7:34 left in the first half. 29-11, John Wood with the lead. Cachao comes out on the point to pick up Dickens. Dickens goes to the side. Ball's tipped away by Cachao. Dickens picks it back up. He dribbles in that same spot with that same crazy shot. Misses this one, fading away. Wallingford gets the rebound. Cachao in transition. Went to the corner, quickly back out to him. Wallingford's going to take the three from out top. No good. Good-looking three, though. And it's nice when your big man can shoot from outside. Bennett in transition. He took it into Wallingford. He took the body and the block shot and the rebound. Cachao into the left corner. Here's a three. Rolls out, weak side. Good rebound on the weak side. That was Ty Miner. A lob inside and count the basket. Talton found Wallingford inside. Wallingford with a strong move, and he'll have an and one. Stampley will be called for it, his first and the fourth, now on both teams. Wally has the blue collar and one right here with 6:48 left in the first half. And he connects. 12 straight points by John Wood. John Wood's built up a lead of 21 points, 32-11. Good job in the first half for John Wood. We'll talk about that at halftime. Break down some of the other college action from the other college teams on college night. Shot from the left corner by Dickens, no good. Rebounded by Wallingford, another one. Long pass down. A little pull-up from 12 foot away. Rolls in, rolls out. Cachao tips it, no good. Shot was taken initially by Ty Miner. Rebounded by Lewis and Clark. In the high post, Matthew Taylor. Dickens got the ball, but then lost it. Cachao has it. And before Cachao can pass it down to Talton for the, looked like he was going to dunk the ball. We had a foul in the backcourt. That is number 5 on Lewis and Clark. I did not catch who the foul was on, but it was his first. We'll catch it up here on the next one. And in the backcourt, John Wood will take over with a 6:10 left in the first half. Cachao Giaquinto Jr. has the ball. Got a double screen up high with Wallingford and Robbins, who's back in the ball game. Goes out to high. Wallingford sends it right back down low to Robbins, and Robbins scores. Give Wallingford the assist and give Robbins the basket. After they split up on the double screen, Wallingford popped up high, got the ball, and Robbins shot down low. He got the pass from Wallingford and the bucket. And here's a steal. Cachao leads out. Joshua Talton up and lays it in. Talton with the bucket extends the lead 36-12. Check that, 36-11. 16-point run unanswered by John Wood, or unanswered by Lewis and Clark, I should say. Here's Cachao with a steal on the baseline. Robbins outlets. Talton up, under after he grabs the ball, and give Robbins the assist. Give Talton the basket. And it's a timeout, Lewis and Clark, as the John Wood Trailblazers lead 38-11 with 5:16 left in the first half action. Good time for the band to jam, and when they do, I will be silent. Here we go. And your John Wood Pep Band here, doing a little jamming in between. I'm part of the band tonight, folks. I'm going to be the roadie. I'll be the guy carrying the equipment out at the end of the night. Keeping all the groupies away from them. 5:16 left, first half action, 38-11. John Wood is on a 18-point run, unanswered by Lewis and Clark. Talton, Giaquinto Jr., back along with Robbins and Wallingford into the ball game for the first time, number 22, and that's Connor Watson. And full court pressure being applied with a 2-2-1. Good tip by Giaquinto. Tips it to Talton. Talton up under. Talton, just comes up short. It hit the iron, didn't come across. It got a little bit of the board too. John Wood drops back in their half-court set. Blake Hall has it knocked away. Robbins picks it up. He gets the outlet to Watson. Watson, right side, Giaquinto Jr. John Wood will go into the high post. Robbins will go into the right corner. Talton's three no good. Wallingford gets the rebound. Talton with a hard drive to the basket and a great bounce pass, no look on the block to Robbins. Robbins takes it to the weak side for the reverse and give Talton the assist, 40-11. Running off 20 straight points. Shot from outside, no good. That was Dickens. Watson with a rebound for John Wood. He'll get the ball with 4:20 left in the first half. In transition, Talton's on the right side. He'll go into Wallingford. The double team comes, it goes right back out. Works to the left side. Giaquinto Jr. skips it all the way across to the right side to Talton. Wallingford's in the high post. Tried to go in, Robbins did, the ball was tipped. Watson picks it up though. Down to 5, turnaround shot, no good by Wallingford, but a great tip and a second trip, and now a third offensive rebound, and that was Logan Robbins, 2 tips in a row, and then he gets the third one, grabs it, and puts it right back. Robbins on the game. He's got 8, 6 of them in the second part of the first half. Blake Hall, backdoor cut. And a nice move by Dickens, taking it to the opposite side, and that will cut the run of John Wood. As baseline, Talton picks up a new run as he goes baseline and scores 44-13. And still those 13 points are all by Joshua Dickens, number 3 for Lewis and Clark. Blake Hall stops, kicks it out. Matthew Taylor. And Matthew Taylor hits the first bucket outside of Joshua Dickens. He hits the three-pointer from the right side. 44-16, John Wood still with a big lead. Giaquinto to Wallingford, left side to Talton. Joshua looks, sends it back to the top to Robbins. Robbins looked on the right side, that's Watson. Watson being guarded by Stampley, it goes high-low again. Wallingford this time to Robbins again, and Robbins reverse layup, back to the basket. Little magic inside there. Wally gets the assist. Robbins gets his 9th and 10th point. Up by 30, 46-16. 2.5 left, first half action. Perkins, the drive. Acrobatic off the basket. Still a low percentage shot. John Wood gets the rebound. Trap, brings it left side. Talton goes all the way to the basket. And a good seal there by Wallingford. You almost give him the assist there. Joshua makes the break from the left side. Wallingford seals his man on the block for the easy layup. 48-16. Good night for the offense and the defense for John Wood. Back to the top of the key. That's Dickens being guarded by Robbins. Pushes to the right side, takes it to that same place, takes the same shot, almost the same results. This time Robbins blocks it out of bounds. He's had a couple good moves down there, he being Dickens, but he's taken some crazy shots from that side because the defense is playing well and pushing him off to the side. He's at the side of the board, he's had a couple blocked, and he still takes that ball to the hole, although now he takes it to the bench with 1:53 left in the first half. Bennett checks back in as Hall gets to the top of the key for Lewis and Clark. Gives it off to Stampley. Stampley, a little spin move. He forgot the basketball. Now he turns and shoots, and he gets his own shot after he knocked Talton over, and we thought maybe we'd get a charge. But with a lead like this, Stampley gets the putback. 48-18, 30-point lead by John Wood. Talton, crossover. Talton through traffic. Talton left hand, no good. Robbins was there, lost the handle. Stampley gets it for Lewis and Clark. And he takes it into traffic, and he runs over one guy. That was Connor Watson, who took the charge. Stampley will be his second foul. I've got 16 foul. Good job there by Connor Watson taking the charge. Trailblazers will have the basketball with 1:20 and 2 and counting left in the first half. Shelton in the game, brings it across the timeline. He'll sends it right side to Watson. Robbins screens away. Wallingford flashes. Robbins pops to the top. It comes left side where Shelton's wide open in the corner for 3. Good! Shelton set up for the 3, his third of the first half. He's got 11 points. 51-18. Inside 1 minute, John Wood on the pace for a century. Right side, Jones works hard against 3 different guys. Robbins finally blocks the shot. Here comes Wallingford. 3-on-2. Left side, Shelton from the same spot. Good for 3. Wallingford gets the assist. Shelton hits the second 3 in a row. 54-18. They're not taking any chances and having to push it to the second half tonight, that being John Wood. They were down to this team by 12 in the first half of the game in January 31st. Only go on with a 5-point win with a great second half of winning by 17. Shelton tips it away. Tries to get it on the floor is Stampley. He does get it into the half-court set. Matthew Taylor into the right corner, and he'll hit a 3. That's his second 3-pointer, one from the top of the key, the other one from the right corner. John Wood wastes no time. Shelton missed the 3. Talton got the rebound. Talton works hard to the basket. And Joshua will go to the line to shoot 2. The officials confer on who the foul was on. 2 of Lewis and Clark were there. 0-0. That's Matthew Taylor, his first. 17 fouls. Talton will hit the line to shoot 2. He was 1 for 2 early in this one. Blazers 4 for 6 so far. Make that 5 out of 7. Unofficially. Very nice first half on the offensive side. A lot of that has been generated from the defense. Yeah, I see Troy Potts in the house. And Steve Hawkins and Tim Walsh. The second round this week that they've gotten mentions. 56-21 after 2 free throws. Good job there by Talton. And there's the final steal of half. Lewis and Clark does not get a shot off. And we've played 20 minutes. Here at John Wood Community College, Trailblazers 56. The Lewis and Clark Trailblazers 21. It's Trailblazer basketball right here with Jeff Wellman on MeccaSportsCo.com. And that was the John Wood cheerleaders out there as the band takes a quick break for them. As the opening tip went, Lewis and Clark got the first bucket of the ball game after about a minute. John Wood went on a 9-point run, led 9-2. Lewis and Clark got 3 points, a free throw and a bucket. It was 9-5. John Wood on a 7-point run, built up a 16-5 lead. John Wood would be up 20-11, up by 9, and then went on a 22-point unanswered scoring run there and got up 42-11. A couple more 2-for-1s. That meant we get 2 buckets and give up 1. And your halftime score, John Wood 56 and Lewis and Clark 21. We're going to turn it around to the dance team now. Here you go, folks. And the John Wood dance team. As we take a break, John Wood leads 56-21. Second half action, John Wood Trailblazers basketball on mechasportsco.com coming up.
Jiffy Stops, Take and Bake Pizza, cheese and pepperoni with self-rising crust for $7.99, but only $4.99 with the Fast Rewards card. The Fast Rewards card gives you the in on all the great promos offered each week. The Jiffy Stop Take and Bake Pizza can be found at 28th and Broadway and 24th at State in Quincy, and also Barry, Pittsfield, Griggsville, Pleasant Hill, and Jacksonville. Plus, Pleasant Hill and Jacksonville locations still have hot and ready pizzas by the slice or the whole pizza. Use your Fast Rewards card today at your favorite Jiffy Stop.
And more of the John Wood pep band here. We also saw Brad Dance and Eric Orn out here tonight. Both their seasons are over as we get ready for state tournament in the girls coming this weekend, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Pick that up where you can out there. Some good ball games in all four classes. They were out here. Of course, Tracy Orn was with her husband, Eric. And, of course, good crowd out here. We saw Taylor Foley showing up a little early along with Layla Dade. Came out to watch some action tonight, and they said they'll be listening. There's Mike and Ruth Leeson in the crowd tonight as well, catching a lot of ball. And I'm sure Mike wasn't out today golfing with Mark Longo, but crazier things have happened. It's halftime. Trailblazers lead 56-21, and it's the Trailblazer basketball on mechasportsco.com.
We're putting the fun back in refund here at Cunis Honda in Quincy. It's that time of year to put your tax refund to good use with a new vehicle. We have the area's best selection of new Hondas and pre-owned vehicles for every budget. Plus, our Fresh Start program can get you approved regardless of your credit situation. Put the fun back in your refund at Cunis Honda of Quincy on North 36th Street.
And, of course, in the postgame, we'll talk to Coach Hoyt, and that is powered by Cunis Honda and Cunis Hyundai. Right now, we're being powered by, yes, the John Wood Pep Band. And they take their break. Eric Foster walking in the house there, shaking hands, kissing babies. Good to see him out here. Halftime here at John Wood. Good lead at half, 56-21. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back to John Wood Community College Trailblazer basketball.
It's postseason basketball time, and fast breaks lead to fast rewards. Your fast rewards can lead to great weekly promos at all participating Jiffy Stops. Jiffy Stop has take and bake pizzas right now. Save with your fast rewards card. It's Jiffy Stops with 2 locations in Quincy and Barry, Pittsfield, Griggsville, Pleasant Hill, and Jacksonville.
As the John Wood Band continues to rock on. Hey, let's break down our college action out here. The Lady Blazers came in tonight 14-12, 7-5 in the conference. They got the victory big tonight in the first ball game, 77-49. They are now 15-12. Should have possibly secured next Wednesday's home game there. They might need a little more help as well, and they will play Saturday at 1 o'clock here at John Wood at the Mountain Dew Court in the Student Activity Center. That's a 1 o'clock start. 3 o'clock is when the boys will play on Saturday. And, of course, they're taking their 15-12 mark tonight. Looking like they're pretty good at 16, but you're up 35, and it's college basketball, so not until the final buzzer there. Quincy University Hawks, of course, we mentioned Hawkins and Walsh and Potts in the house tonight. They have their last game on Saturday against UIS. That's University of Illinois at Springfield. It is at Memorial Gymnasium, and that's the Pepsi court across there. And the Hawks are at 11-16 right now, 6-13 in the conference. The Lady Hawks will play at 1 o'clock, 10-17, and 9-12 in the conference. Take a little break here while I get ready to give you some Culver Stockton, HLG, and big college action, but we'll let them jam on behind us a little bit here. The Wildcats at Culver Stockton, 14-15 right now, 12-12 as they wrapped up their schedule. I did not get any postseason conference from either one of those. Lady Wildcats 11-17 and 10-14 in the conference. Jason Durst, he's always around because, of course, he coaches at HLG. His wife Jennifer coaches at Notre Dame, and his daughter Jenna plays at Notre Dame. They are 7-17 on the season, 4-10 in the conference. Now for the big boys, Illinois, your only other team other than John Wood, with a over 500 record, at least in our area. They are 20-7, 11-5 in the conference. They play tonight at 8 o'clock, so when you're done listening to us, flip on over, and they'll take on Minnesota, and they'll wrap up with Wisconsin, Purdue, and Iowa. Purdue's at home. I believe Wisconsin and Iowa are on the road. Don't quote me on that one there. Mizzou, the Tigers, ready to get out of their conference as they're 8-19. There's Mr. Foster getting a wave there. 0-14 in the conference for Mizzou. The Lady Tigers doing a little bit better there. They're 11-16, 2-12 in the conference. And Abby Schreck still averaging about 8 points a game and 3 rebounds. Great job for her as a freshman. And then Lindenwood. And that is Jeremiah Talton. He's down there. They're 8-21 in the season, 2-14 in the conference. 7 points and 3 rebounds a game for Jeremiah in his season at Lindenwood. There's your college wrap-up there as the John Wood Trailblazers lead this one 56-21. Getting ready for the postseason, as you've heard in the pregame show. 5 guys averaging roughly 9 points beyond almost. You've got Robbins at 8.6. Wallingford and Giaquinto Jr. are both at 9.7. Jordan Sheldon's at 11.4. And Joshua Talton at 12.3 right now. You know, assists per game, Kachoy, Giaquinto Jr., he's got 3.3. Sheldon's got 2.3. Then Logan Robbins, he's got 2.2. And Talton 1.7, so a good distribution, and especially when your big guy out there with 8.6 rebounds, or 6.7 rebounds and 2.2 along the way. So, hey, with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn it back over to the John Wood Band as there's a minute and 30 left before we get ready for second half action. I heard full timeout. They might get one more here with 28 seconds left. You know, we talked about this team from Lewis and Clark, and of course, a lot of times you draw from your area. Up here, we've got Monroe City, Notre Dame, Mexico, all around the area, Carthage, where we're getting guys from. You know, when you think of Kachow, he is from Columbia Battle. Of course, the girls from Quincy High took battle with them this year at the Cunningham Classic. That was a great one, Sophie. But they're picking most of their players up. Roxana, they've got 4 guys from Alton. Marquette Catholic, of course, that's in Godfrey. And really outside of Sec, who we have not seen play from Knoxville, and he brought Tyreek Jones, who has played from Knoxville. You've got Redbud, Lebanon, Godfrey, pretty well down around the area as you would expect. Of course, years ago, our area included Antigua and the islands down there. It was just an extension of Adams County, if you didn't know. Second half ready to get going. Jeff Wellman here as John Wood will have the basketball. Robbins, Shelton, Giaquinto Jr., Talton, and Wallingford, your starters in the second half for the white, green, and gold of the Trailblazers of John Wood. The other side, we'll have back out there Jones, he'll wear 24. Jones, Stampley, Dickens, Hall, and Taylor for Lewis and Clark in their road blue trimmed in white. Giaquinto on the right side. Makes a drive, kicks it out to the left wing. It goes into the left corner. Shelton for 3. Oh, just off the front. Wallingford gets the rebound. John Wood has another opportunity. Talton brings it, kicks it back to the top. Wallingford with a pass to the left side. Giaquinto, great pass inside. Robbins was all open on the right block after a screen. And Logan Robbins now has 12 points. Good assist there by Kachow. In the first half, Robbins had 10, Talton had 12, and Shelton had 14, including 4 threes from outside. Blake Hall brings the dribble to the left side. Jones loses the handle on it. There's Shelton. He'll take off with it. Here goes John Wood on the run. Shelton slows up a little bit, hesitates, and goes right by Hall for the bucket. Shelton now is 16, and the first 4 points of the second half, John Wood, who now leads 60-21. Right side Dickens. Robbins on him. Man-to-man coming out of John Wood. Shelton did a great job of taking the contact there from Jones and then came up and partially blocked his shot. Robbins picks it up in the half-court set. Giaquinto made the pass inside. It bounced off Wallingford. It came back to Kachow, and he went in, made the bucket, and he'll have an and one. Stampley, the first foul of the second half. His third foul on the night. Kachoy only had 2 points in the first, but a lot of assists and a lot of action in that first half for Kachow. And he makes it. I just got to keep remembering back to the old days of Batman kapow and all that kind of fun stuff that you had up on the screen, cartoon style. Stampley with 3 fouls will take a seat. Checking out back in the ballgame will be Bennett. He wears 23 for Lewis and Clark, who have the basketball. John Wood the first 7 points of this half. Now lead by 42 points, folks. I'll try to keep it interesting in this half. John Wood will help me do that. Robbins pushes Dickens to the side. Great defense by Shelton. Jones tried to make a spin move. It was stolen. Shelton comes down for the lob, throws it up, and it was actually saved. The lob was too high for Talton. Giaquinto saved it. It went out to Wallingford. It went back into Giaquinto in the right corner, and he hits a 3-pointer. Good effort there by Kachow. He's got 5 in this half, 7 for the ball game. Robbins with a steal. Took it away from Dickens. Goes all the way, and Dickens from behind. And they're going to call that an intentional foul because he did not go for the ball. He just basically went for Robbins. So with that, Dickens, only his first foul. He's had a lot of those crazy shots, as you heard me talk about. He gets his second foul against Lewis and Clark. So Robbins will go to the line. He'll shoot 2. And then it'll be the basketball back to John Wood. 17:48 left in this one. Robbins, first time at the free throw line tonight. Off the front of it this time. First half, the Trailblazers. 6 for 8, I believe. And now Robbins gets it every little bit of that one he can get. And the Trailblazers are 2 for 3 in the second half from the charity stripe. More importantly, lead 67-21, and we'll get the basketball back. Substitutions, and it was a complete hockey line there. Brighton Klingel comes in. Also Ty Miner. We get Kylan Smith in there. Connor Watson. And rounding it up will be Nolan Dietrich. So 5 new guys for the Trailblazers of John Wood. Out of bounds play. Comes back top. Nolan Dietrich pulls for 3. Nice arch. Shot no good. Tip inside. Klingel tips off the iron. No good. Tip back out. Picked up there by John Wood. Smith had it. In the half-court set now. Watson off the left side behind the arc. Top of the key. Passes out to Smith. Into the high post. Quickly back to him. Kylan takes the shot. Good from 3. Smith hits the 3 with a good little handoff there at the high post, and that was Ty Miner with that pass. Trailblazers back on defense, man-to-man. Huge lead in this one. Playing some good ball coming into this week, last of it. And there's a foul. Blake Hall gets knocked down. Trailblazers were heading off the other way. Ty Miner will be called for the foul, his first, and the John Wood Trailblazer first foul of the second half. 2 fouls on the other side for Lewis and Clark. Blake Hall at the top of the key. He'll go right side. Dickens had nowhere to go. Actually, Stampley brought it back out. Blake Hall, his 3-pointer off the mark and a little short. And everybody was nice here. Nobody yelled air ball from the JW Wood pile. I think they thought it was obvious, and it with a 70-21 lead, no sense throwing salt into the injury here on Lewis and Clark. Ball comes around all the way to the left corner. Taking a drive in. Great move there. Nolan Dietrich took it from the left corner. Reverse layup with a little double pump in there. And it's a 16-point run. Lewis Clark wants to talk about it. As the second half starts off, 16 straight points. And if you go back to the first half, it's 18 straight points unanswered by Lewis and Clark. John Wood up 72-21. It's Trailblazer basketball on MeccaSportsCo.com.
We're putting the fun back in refund here at Kunis Honda in Quincy. It's that time of year to put your tax refund to good use with a new vehicle. We have the area's best selection of new Hondas and pre-owned vehicles for every budget. Plus, our Fresh Start program can get you approved regardless of your credit situation. Put the fun back in your refund at Kunis Honda in Quincy on North 36th Street.
It's postseason basketball time, and fast breaks lead to fast rewards. Your fast rewards can lead to great weekly promos at all participating Jiffy Stops. Jiffy Stop has take and bake pizzas right now. Save with your fast rewards card. It's Jiffy Stops with 2 locations in Quincy and Barry, Pittsfield, Griggsville, Pleasant Hill, and Jacksonville.
one extra note there from the piano. Thank you, John Wood Pep Band. 16:43 left in this one here in Quincy at John Wood. And here's a steal. Connor Watson on the inbounds play takes it away. Bounce pass, flying hard to the hole, and count that one. Give Watson the assist. Give Nolan Dietrich another drive to the hole and bucket. Dietrich now with 9 points in the game off the bench. 74-21. We have got a 18-point run unanswered to start the second half out. In the first half, it was a 22-point run by the Trailblazers of John Wood. Good move inside. Tyreek Jones misses it. Rebound, Klingel. And in transition, losing the handle on the ball, Kylan Smith was going to zip one, and when he got the ball up around chest high, it slipped out of his hand, was heading towards the concession. That's a good place to go, too. Usually the baseball team runs the concession when we stop down there. Lewis and Clark basketball. Stick around in the postgame show. We'll talk to Coach Hoyt. Have a chance to break this one down and talk about Saturday. Blake Hall now from the left corner. Nice shot there for three. And that stops the 18-point run by John Wood. Hall hits it from the corner. That's his first points by the way of the game. Taking a few shots, too. Watson for John Wood. Drives, kicks it right side. Dietrich, he'll bring it back to the top of the key. Ball goes to the left side, but stepping up and taking the ball away was Dickens. Here comes Dickens. To the opposite side, no good. Tipped out by John Wood. Tracked it down, that is Bennett. Over to Hall on the right side for Lewis and Clark. Dickens got them lime green, kind of bright fluorescent there. Kind of toned down there as he gives the ball off to Stampley, who's got the bright yellow shoes. And from the left corner, you heard me calling that out there. It's a three-point shot by Dickens from the left corner. Dickens started this game out with, I believe it was the first 11 points of the game by Lewis and Clark. John Wood in transition in the half-court set. Still man-to-man coming from Lewis and Clark. Top of the key, Watson from behind the screen. Good, nothing but net. The screen wasn't quite there yet. Minor was coming. Watson didn't wait. He took a step back and hits the three. 7-7-2-7. That's not a phone number. That's a 50-point lead with 14:43 left. Blake Hall fires from the right side. No good. Weak side. Rebound, Nolan Dietrich. Dietrich in transition to the left side. Ty Minor from 3 points. No good. Weak side, Connor Watson. Watson falling out of bounds, and he hits Ty Minor. Break into the basket from the left corner. Minor missed the shot, though. That was a nice save there. And we've got a John Wood foul on the drive. That'll be Kylan Smith. Second John Wood foul, and Smith's first foul of the ball game. Watson with a great save on that one. A great pass for an assist. And the ball just wouldn't stay in for Minor. John Wood in the out of bounds. Watson, Dietrich, Minor, Klingel, and Smith on defense. Long 24-25 footer, no good. Perkins misses it, hits the floor. Blake Hall picks it up. Dickens makes the drive, gets it down to Bennett. Bennett got double teamed. Good defense out front there by Nolan Dietrich. Rebound came down by Smith, but Dietrich with a good D. Smith takes the three. Good. Good job by Kylan on that one. He stepped away two of the defenders. Once they dropped down, he had the wide open three and pulls up. Inside 14 minutes, 80-27. I almost need to start checking what the most points John Wood has ever scored when we have still almost 14 minutes left in this ball game. In the high post, Blake Hall spins on Minor. Didn't have it. Kicks it back out. And Stampley starting to make a drive. Watson, though, a little too much hands out there for Connor. His first foul. Third team foul for the John Wood team. Substitutions now coming in. Braylon Diggs comes in. Braylon wears number 32. Also number 33. Yeah, it's Akeem Akaradelu. We call him Double A, though. I'm going to stay with that. Double A's in the lineup. And he gets the rebound. Double A with a rebound. And pulling it down, it's going to be Tyreek Jones on the arm of Double A. Akeem pulls it away for the rebound. And Jones his third foul and the third on Lewis and Clark in the second half. Akira Dulu. I still like Double A. Trailblazers in the half-court set. Into the high post. To the left wing. Three-pointer. Ooh, rolls around. 365 and then popped out. Rebound by John Wood, though. Diggs kicks it out. taking the shot. No, he takes the fake, makes the drive, 15-foot shot. Good move there by Nolan Dietrich. Dietrich got the defense up, stepped under, got to the charity stripe right in front of the basket, and nothing but a free throw. 82-27. Good stuff on this bonus night. Trailblazer basketball and college action in between the Blue Devil games. Next one's up on Friday. Dickens being guarded off the right side, Smith. Good defense out there. A tip away as well, Dietrich. Picking the ball up. We're getting down to 2 in the shot clock. Here's a 35-footer off the left side. No good. Davis's long rebound came out to Dietrich. Dietrich hands it off. And Diggs, I think Diggs wanted to go in for the dunk. And it was a pass down low, but he still had the presence to catch it and go in for the layup and give the assist to Dietrich. Bennett in the half-court set. Devils, check it. We're going to get to the Devils here on Friday. Trailblazers stay man-to-man. Outside Dickens, his three is no good. Dietrich another rebound. Dickens played defense at half-court for a brief second. Lobs inside. Double A back outside. Connor Watson. Good from 3. Watson drills the 3. Give Double A the assist. 87-27, up by 60. Another run of 13 points unanswered by Lewis and Clark. Taylor's in the high post for Lewis and Clark. The other 5 on the perimeter. Dickens drives hard to the hole. Good help coming from Dietrich. But that was a better move by Dickens on that one. He's got 5 in the second half of the 8 points. And that cut the 13-point run the Trailblazers had in this half. Left side, Dietrich from outside the arc. And he's going to get to take 3 shots. Flashing out there was Dickens. It'll be his second foul. Oh, now they say third, so I'm going to put 3 on there as well. That was the one I might have missed in the first half. It's the 4th of the second half. Dietrich gets to go to the line. He gets to shoot 3 of them. Nolan doing a good job here in the second half. He's got 6. He had 5 in the first. He's got 11 now, 12 points with that free throw. Time to start another run here. Dietrich's second free throw. Good. Nobody go anywhere. You got 3. That's what happens when you're fouled from behind the arc. Blake Hall comes back in for Lewis and Clark. Matthew Taylor comes out. Dietrich for the third. And he nails all 3, so just as good as if he hit it from behind the arc. 3 free throws in a row. He's got 9 in the half, 14 in the ball game. 90-29 with 11:18 left. John Wood back on defense. Substitution in the ball game. Number 23, Isaac Danielson. Where's number 23? Kick into the right corner. Bennett's shot partially blocked. And a good hustle on the rebound. Also in the ball game, Josiah Talton. John Wood gets the ball after losing it out of bounds was Jones. So Watson is in there along with Josiah Talton. We have Danielson who just checked in. We still have Double A in there, number 33, and Diggs in there, number 32. That's your lineup for John Wood. We'll check Lewis and Clark here in a second. Back to the top of the key. To the left side, Watson. Oh, and a great pass down to the right block. In traffic and going for the reverse. Missing it was Diggs. Went from the right to the left, just overshot it just a little bit. Good pass and a good take on the double team. Lewis and Clark with the ball. Lost it through the legs. Dickens in the back court. And when he finally gets to it, over and back. Dickens, Stampley, Bennett, Hall, and Jones in there right now for Lewis and Clark, the last 10:28 of this one. And the fans are sticking around here, waiting for maybe the postgame. And the postgame interview. We'll have Hoyt here. Josiah gets the ball out of bounds. Reverse around left side to Watson. Looked inside. Double A almost with a foul, pushing Blake Hall inside. Ball has John Wood to the right. Back to the top. Nice crossover dribble to the hole. Good shot. Good take to the hole. Josiah Talton. Good move there. 92-29. And that was still in the last part of the what we would call a third quarter there, as now we're down to 10 minutes. Dickens comes back into the scoring column here as we just now get down to 10 minutes left in the ball game. 92-31. Talton on the left side. Popping up behind the screens, Danielson. He sends the ball back to Talton on the left. Double A has it on the top. Danielson on the right corner. Almost travels. Skips it out. Taking the ball away for a moment was Dickens, but Watson took it away from him. Watson falling to the floor in the paint. Got the ball out in the left corner. Talton's three, no good. Here's Diggs tracking one down. Zips it in, and Double A misses the shot. He had somebody on his arm, but Diggs on the weak side gets the basket. Double A was being hung on there. Diggs will get the ball and the basket. He's got 4 now in the second half. Approaching 9 minutes left in this one, 94-31. Dickens, a drive again in a triple team. Ball got kicked out. Luckily, it went into the hands of Lewis and Clark. And it went back out to Tyreek Jones. Jones hits a three-pointer from the right side. Still a 60-point game, 94-34. John Wood will play on Saturday, 1 o'clock for the girls, who won tonight 77-49. And a dunk inside Double A. And Double A is going to get a taunting, though. The ball went down to the block. Double A dunked the ball and then turned and taunted after the two-hand dunk. So for Double A, it'll be his first foul. It'll be the 4th team foul. And Blake Hall will go to the line to shoot 2. Hall to shoot, he's got 2. Nails the first, he'll have 1 more. Yeah, Double A got pretty excited there for the dunk. The John Wood bench got excited on there too. But he turned right in front of the official and gave that taunt there and said, hey, it wasn't a posterization, but it was a dunk. 96-36, 8:43 left in this one. Lewis and Clark will get the basketball back now. Double A gets to take a seat real quick. Coach Hoyt gets to talk to him. And he says, hey, very nice move. Now next time, go down the court and play defense. Brighton Klingle back into the ball game for John Wood. Lewis and Clark with the ball. Blake Hall stops at the high post to Taylor. Taylor to the left side. Jones trying to get around Danielson. Tries to go through a lot of traffic. Kicks it back out to Hall. Hall does the same thing. This time Danielson swipes the ball away. Danielson for John Wood down the right side. Skips it over to the left side. Watson from 25 feet. Good. Rattles in. Watson drills from outside. Watson, his 3rd three in the second half. He's got 9. It's 99-36. There's some bottles on the wall. Not sure what's in them, but there's 99 of them up there. Kling up the top. Stampley, crossover dribble against Watson. Nice turnaround with the left. No good. Jones flies in, but Talton gets the rebound. Josiah to the right side. Danielson. Danielson looks at the trailers. He'll bring it back to the top. Right side, Josiah. 22-footer. Ooh, in and out. Ball's tipped around, and it's saved by Watson. Good job by Talton coming up to get the ball, but Stampley gets on the ground, gets it to Hall, but then Talton steals it away. Here comes John Wood. Left corner. Watson for 3. No good. Blake Hall comes away. Lewis and Clark with a rebound. Watson, good job on defense. Knocks it away. Diggs has it. Watson goes all the way in. Looks like he's going to lay it up for Diggs for the dunk, but he'll put it in for the layup. And that is 101, folks, with 7 minutes left in this one. 101-36. John Wood with a lead. Jones going one-on-one against Talton. And I think they'll count that one as an and one, as Talton the foul. Got an extra step, got that Euro step as we always talk about. And that's where the and one's at. Josiah his first, team's 5th. And heading to the line will be Jones. He got the bucket. He just put a traditional 3 in there a moment. He'll have a chance at the and one. 7 minutes exactly left in this one. Talton, Double A, Diggs, Danielson, and Watson in for John Wood. Jones misses. Double A had the rebound, taken away by Hall, and last touched by Double A. So Lewis and Clark will get the ball into their own basket. 2 ticks under 7 minutes left. Love the 40-minute games, although when you have a 40-minute game and you've got a blowout like this, sometimes it's fill time. So if you know somebody named Phil, tell them to come on in and they can take over. Just kidding there, folks. Lewis and Clark with the basketball in the half-court set. Man-to-man by Talton. works against Dickens. Ball's taken away by AA. It's a 3-on-1 break. Left side. Oh, my goodness. Danielson, the short guard, comes from the left side, and he throws it down. I was not expecting that, folks. That was a heck of a dunk there. Jones, shot no good. Rebound, Talton. Danielson came flying in there, and he went up like Spud Webb. And he's not quite that short either. Back to the top, AA, right side Danielson. Man-to-man from Lewis and Clark. Back to the top to Talton. Talton goes into the high post to Diggs. Back to the left side to Talton. Oh, and they try to go back into Diggs coming down in the post. Little too hard on the pass. Zipped out of bounds. And Lewis and Clark basketball. I got to double check on Danielson's height. He's probably taller than you think. Sweet dunk there, as the guys are talking about it, with 6:08 left, 103-38. Jordan Meyer down the way. She was a former cheerleader here. Comes out to watch the Blazers and cheer on her former cheer team. Lewis and Clark with the ball on the right side. Blake Hall drops it inside. That's Dickens working against Danielson. Nice turnaround, short hook, good. And we're going to have an and one. Danielson will be calling for the foul on Isaac. That's his first. Team foul number 6. Dickens at the line. And he's got the bucket and one. Dickens completes the three-point play. 103-41. I'll double check how many Dickens has, but he's gotten most of the points on the other side. Backdoor cut. This one goes in, and Danielson takes the backdoor cut, and he takes the easy layup this time. No dunk involved. John Wood back on defense. Blake Hall off the right side. AA guards him. Ball's tipped away. Picked up by Connor Watson. Here comes John Wood. Thrown up in the air. Diggs can't get to it. Loses the handle on the ball. And picking it up for Lewis and Clark. In the backcourt coming up now is Dickens. Down the right side to Hall. AA guards him in the corner. Coach Hoyt's got to be happy with the performance tonight from the Blazers. Baseline shot no good there, taken by Dickens, and we got a foul either of Dickens, and it was before I even have a chance to say or. For him, it's his 4th foul. He had 1 in the first half, 3 in the second. Team foul number 5. And with 5 left, actually 5:05 left in this one, Blazer basketball with a big lead here. Watson will send it to the left side with a dribble. Hand it off to Isaac Danielson. If you put them together, that's a portmanteau. Right side, three-pointer, Talton. Good. Set behind the screen of Diggs and Josiah Talton with the shot from outside. Nice move on that one. 108-41. Jones tries to come back for Lewis and Clark. His long shot rebounded by Taylor. Blake Hall goes into the right corner. His shot is missed. Inside with a tip is good. That's Stampley. Only his 2nd bucket of the ball game for the Alton Redbird. 108-43. Ball knocked out of bounds right in front of the John Wood bench. So with 4:20 left in this one, 108-43. Blazer with the comfortable lead. Easy for me to say. Danielson, little pick and roll with AA. He didn't have it to the hole, kicks it to the left side. Watson from 24 feet. Watson drills another one. Watson's got 4 of them in the second half. He's got 14 points. 111-43. Inside 4 minutes left in this one. The drive. Dickens, no good. The tip. Good job. Danielson ticks to Diggs. He tips it to Diggs, then gets it back. In transition. Right side Watson. Behind the arc with Stampley on him. Brings it out front. Sends it in the left corner. Talton set up for the 3. No good. Hit the side of the board. Defense came down there and closed quickly at the end of that one. Stampley gets to the right side, misses. Jones in the rebound, and Danielson was behind him. So Isaac will be whistled for his 2nd foul. Team foul number 7. And Jones will head to the line to shoot. Jones only had 1 free throw attempt. That was the missed and one here a moment ago. Had the traditional 3 before that. And rattles this one in and out. He's 0 for 2 from the charity stripe. Bennett missed 2 in the first half. Otherwise, the free throw's coming from Dickens. He's 4 for 4. Hall's 2 for 2. Jones' second one is up. No good. So Jones 0 for 3 from the charity stripe tonight. Does have 4 points. Check that, 5 points, all in the fourth, or the end of the second half, I should say. Watson with a dribble to the left side to Talton. Approaching 3 minutes left in this one. Getting a little screen and roll from Diggs. Now he pulls up 15 foot in front of the basket. No good. Good save by AA. But Bennett gets it for Lewis and Clark, and his long pass comes down here. And Mr. Dickerman gets his name mentioned again because he's sitting in the front row, and the ball went right to him. 3:07 left. John Wood basketball, 111-43. Talton with Bennett on him at half court. Crossover dribble, gets it into the front court. Takes it to the left side, tries to get around Diggs. Watson wanted to see where he was standing. It was awful close to the sideline there. Has it knocked out of bounds by Dickens. So John Wood basketball again. We've gotten everybody out, and I believe anybody that's on the roster and in the book has played tonight, and everybody but Minor. I think Minor's the only one that has not scored yet. So, and Minor's not in the game right now, number 10. Right side, shot from 3. Good! And Isaacson, as I called him earlier, Isaac Danielson, hits the 3 from the right side. You guys are going to start calling him Isaacson instead of Danielson. Nice shot there, 220. No good from 3. Rebound, Diggs for John Wood. Watson coming down the left side. Skips it to the right side. Danielson back to Watson. Watson came across to the right side to help. He had a little screen and roll, gets it to Diggs. Diggs bounces it inside, and there's the nice lay-in. Diggs will get the assist, and AA will get the basket. He did not dunk at that time, nor did he taunt anybody after. Inside, Jones with a good spin move, and he cuts away that 8-point run by John Wood. 116-45, inside 2 minutes left in the game. Watson across the timeline for John Wood. Kicks it over, left side, 21-footer, good. Talton hits from outside. Well, I tell you, when it rains, it pours, and John Wood just keeps lighting them up from outside. In the back half of here, I've got 5 threes in the last 10 minutes of this half, and a couple more early in the half. As a good drive to the hole by Dickens for Lewis and Clark. We'll count them up in the post game, as we'll have the numbers here, and we'll also talk to Coach Hoyt about this one. Shot from the left side, no good. Talton, AA gets the rebound. Danielson looked briefly at maybe shooting that ball. Now his crossover takes it to the hole. Reverse layup. Oh, my goodness. Danielson got the ball to take the extra bounce on the iron, and it's in. He's got 9 all late in this game. We're inside a minute. It's 121-47. Bennett. Ball's knocked away. John Wood's off and running again. Danielson throws it up. Good job by AA to get a hold of that ball and try to lay it in on the lob. It was a little wide of him. In transition, Lewis and Clark. The step back. Jones misses. Stampley tried to keep the tip alive. Oh, and saving the ball was AA. He gets it Talton. 25 seconds left. And pretty well shot clock, game clock is the same. So John Wood will probably just dribble this thing out. And John Wood will improve to 16-12, 7-4 in the conference with a big victory over Lewis and Clark here. And I'll tell you, they took off when it was 20-11 with that 22-point run in the first half and led 56-21 at the half. There's your final buzzer. The John Wood Community College Trailblazers 121, Lewis and Clark Trailblazers 47, and there's the John Wood Band letting you know the good feelings here at the Student Activity Center. Me and the John Wood Pep Band. We'll see if they're going to play a little bit more here while I'm working on my numbers here. And the final 121-47. That's a lot of points. It's got to be one of the top ones for the John Wood Trailblazers in their career. We'll talk to Coach Hoyt, of course, in the postseason. We'll find out if he's got that off the top of his head. But a nice night for the Trailblazers as they light them up here, and they light them up late in this ball game as they pick it up and put it down in that second half, and it seemed like nothing was not going in. It was like shooting into the ocean. Trying to get the final scoring here for you while the band plays a little bit. As everybody closes out there. All right, here's the way this thing went. First 2 points of the game was Lewis and Clark. John Wood ran off 9 points. They'd run off 7 more points before it got to 20-11. So with those 2 runs of 16, all of a sudden John Wood went on a 22-point run. They got a 42-11, and they continued that till the end of the first half, would lead 56-21. Then you start off the second half, and John Wood puts out the first 18 points to build a 74-21 lead. They do another run of 13. They throw an 8 run in there as well, and they finish out 121-47. I'll have to double check my official scoring out here, but unofficially, because I know I'm probably missing a point or two, unofficially right now John Wood leading the way. 5 guys in double figures tonight. 16 from Connor Watson, 16 from Jordan Shelton, 14 from Nolan Dietrich. Those guys come off the bench there. We dropped down to 12 by Joshua Talton. He had 12. Logan Robbins had 13. That's one more. Sorry about that. Isaac Danielson comes out. He gets 9. Kylan Smith gets 8. 8 from Josiah Talton. 7 out of Kachow Giaquinto Jr. 7 also from Jake Wallingford. We go down to 4 points from Braylon Diggs. Also 4 from AA. That's Hakeem. And 2 points from Brighton Klingel. No points tonight for Ty Miner, but he was in the ball game. On the other side, for Lewis and Clark, they were led unofficially. Joshua Dickens had 26 points, 7 points. In fact, he scored the first 11 to 12, 13 points of the ball game. 7 points from Tyreek Jones. We dropped down to 6 out of Matthew Taylor. He hit 2 3-pointers late in the first half. 5 points from Blake Hall. 4 points from Stampley Jr., and of course that's from Alton. And in the ball game, but not scoring, we had a couple guys in there. Actually, now looking at them, I don't know that they subbed that much because you went 6 deep on the scoring column for Lewis and Clark. So John Wood now with 1 game left. It'll be a home game on Saturday as they'll take on Illinois Central. The girls' game at 1 o'clock. And as we mentioned there, the girls won tonight, 77-49 in the first game. So a blowout of 28 points in that game. And the Trailblazers here with a 74-point win. So check it out. They give up 47 points. Flip it around. They win by 74 points. That was quite impressive. One of the biggest wins in John Wood history, whether it was at the CYO or here. And so after 2 close ball games, beating Lincoln Land and also beating Danville, they pick up a big victory here tonight. Good crowd out here tonight. The John Wood Pep Band did a great job out here. I love them in between my breaks. So, and I love it, of course, Notre Dame at the Pit this year and also Quincy High at Blue Devil Gymnasium. Their bands did a great job this season. And the John Wood Pep Band kept me rocking tonight, especially when you got a 121-47 game and you need to fill. You call the John Wood guys out here. Well, we're waiting for Coach Hoyt here. He'll be out in a second here. And with that, we'll go ahead and take another break here. And we'll be right back with the post-game show. And we'll talk to Coach, and it'll be powered by Kunis Honda and Kunis Hyundai.
Jiffy Stops, Take and Bake Pizza, cheese and pepperoni with self-rising crust for $7.99, but only $4.99 with the Fast Rewards card. The Fast Rewards card gives you the in on all the great promos offered each week. The Jiffy Stop Take and Bake Pizza can be found at 28th and Broadway and 24th at State in Quincy, and also Barry, Pittsfield, Griggsville, Pleasant Hill, and Jacksonville. Plus, Pleasant Hill and Jacksonville locations still have hot and ready pizzas by the slice or the whole pizza. Use your Fast Rewards card today at your favorite Jiffy Stop.
And do get in there to those Jiffy Stops here. And as we mentioned, Pleasant Hill and Jacksonville still have the hot and ready. So if you stop in there for a slice or maybe you want a whole pizza, you can still get those there. Otherwise, you can take and bake. That's basically taking your pizza and taking it home and cooking it on the side. And you can do that as well. So that's at all those locations I mentioned, including the 2 in Quincy. Get out and check them out now. Well, not right now, but if you want to, you can still get out there right now. As Coach Hoyt makes his way up here, we'll have a chance to talk to him. We'll put him on the xylophone tonight. I can play the drums. Here he is, the draw for Coach Hoyt. Have a little fun up here. All right, and right before I get you, as you get your headphones on there and get everything set up, I'll have to ask you, that's Pettit, so you got to make sure he makes him a little difficult there. First thing, of course, what instrument do you want to play tonight?
Well, we've got all the options is what we have up here. So, yeah, that was kind of interesting.
That was a fun ball game here. And, of course, we start this thing off. You know, we get on that 9-point run to get up 9-2. We get another 7-point run. We get up 16-5. And then at 20-11, we explode. And it came from the defense with a 22-point run and built that lead up. And that just killed Lewis and Clark right then.
Yeah, I mean, and I think you're right. I think defensively is where that started. We got in the open floor. We got in transition. We have some guys that are pretty good in transition. Like, they just have a gear to them. We've got to guard that well for us to be able to get in transition. So I thought we did. We were pretty solid defensively. And then, yeah, I mean, anytime you have a 22-point spurt, it makes it changes the complexion of the game.
Well, and then when you get to halftime and it's 56-21, what do? You come out for the first 18 points of the second half, tack another 13 on after you give up a little, 2 3-pointers in a row, and never look back. Now I got to ask, 121 people watching actually right now, 121 points. Is that our most or
it
close?
It might be. I'll have to go back and look. It's our most this year. It's been a number of years if we have – We don't get that high very often.
Well, I kept thinking, trying to think back to all those years and when we had some games, and I'm sure we had a couple that are up in there.
Yeah.
But it really felt like in the second half, when you brought your subs in, those guys stayed in the flow of the game, and it was smooth. That's what I like about the shot clock, because you really can't turn to the other coach and go, what do you want me to pull it out and just hold it? And your guys who came in, Watson hits his threes, Dietrich hits his and does well, and where does Danielson come out? With the dunk coming off the left side, that surprised the heck out of me.
Yeah, I think our guy, because we see him do that in practice. Like, he's way capable of doing that. The thing.
How tall is he, by the way?
6'1".
That's what I was thinking. I didn't think he was that tall.
The thing I'm most proud of, especially that group that kind of came in second or third, right, is we didn't get greedy. We weren't reaching and fouling. We didn't get beat off the bounce. We were relatively solid defensively, and then we gave them some freedom to be able to play offensively. And again, we saw the ball go in the basket. That's been a bugaboo of ours a little bit. But I was really, really pleased with our discipline and maturity when it was a 40-point game, because those can get
real ugly and out of
really
control.
outside the scope of what you're doing. And we stayed within the scope of what we were doing, and then I think guys had a good time with it.
Oh, they did too, and they hit the shots. And then your guys who were in early got over on the bench, and they had fun with it.
Yep.
And, of course, Double A, which I did try it earlier, and I think I got his last name right the first time. He had the nice dunk, but he don't get there that much. Everybody got excited, and he goes and says, all right, time to taunt the guy I just dunked it on.
Well, and I pulled him out, and I said, hey, you need to act like you've done that before. And he looked at me and said, I haven't. And which is very true. We've been wanting that out of him. He's so capable of doing that. And so when I told him, hey, you need to act like you've done that before, he looked me dead in the eye and said, Coach, I haven't.
That's pretty good stuff there.
Solid point. Yeah, that's a solid point, Akeem.
I know we always talk about that, and I usually use football where the guys are dancing in the end zone. Yeah. Act like you've been there before, you know, and give the ball to the official and move on. Yeah. But that's a pretty good point when you say, act like you've been there before, and he goes, Coach, I haven't been there before.
Yeah, that's right. He won that interaction.
I love it. Ty Miner was the only one that didn't get in the scoring column, and if I would have known that ahead of time, I might have yelled down to you to get him in. Maybe you knew it. But when you're having such fun like that, and the guys who came off the bench, you know, Watson had 16, Dietrich had 14. those guys really contributed and had some fun out there. But it comes back to those starting 5 that you had out there that really set the table.
Yeah, they did. They set a tone, again, in transition defensively. I thought we rebounded it relatively well. But just looking at the stat sheet, and again, I don't know if this is right or not, but 39 assists on 47 made field goals.
I would say so. There was a lot of unselfishness tonight.
That's the right personality, even in a game like that. To have those sort of numbers is really what you want to see this time of year specifically.
That might be a record for you too.
It could be.
I mean, that's high up there.
Number.
But if you're putting 120 out there, you've got a lot of points, and a lot of records can be broken when you've got that many points.
That's right. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Hey, the nice thing is it's a home victory here. Should be good for us next Wednesday, but we do play on Saturday. Girls at 1 o'clock, boys at 3 o'clock, and that's ICC and Tony Weisinger coming in.
So, yeah, and they're good. It's as good of a team as he's had. I mean, they're explosive. They play a bunch of different guys in a bunch of different ways. I don't know how they did tonight, but I think if everything plays out, it'll be the Saturday game will determine if we're the 2 seed in our tournament or the 3 seed in our tournament. So we should be back in here for a postseason game next Wednesday, March 6th. And it's that time of year. I love this time of year.
Well, I do too. And, of course, our plans are Saturday and, of course, next week. And it's kind of fun to pick up. Even though high school basketball, March Madness, when I look back in the old records, Super Sectionals have been playing in the middle of March. You didn't start your regionals till March. That's why it was March Madness. Nowadays, a lot of it's already over by March.
Crazy.
So it's so nice at the college action we can get out here and have some fun and with the Trailblazers, and let's make a nice little run.
Yeah, we might as well. I mean, we've gone through all this. We might as well try to piece them together here a little bit.
Well, and I won't ask for any more than 121 in the remaining games.
That may be it. We may have hit the mark.
That's like asking for, O'Neal for hitting 2 home runs on Seinfeld at one time, and the kid that's in the hospital. What are you doing promising me 2 home runs on that? So, anyway, congratulations. Great W out here. Thanks for joining us out here, and we'll see you Saturday.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming
out. You got it. And that's Brad Hoyt, and he's the skipper of the John Wood Trailblazers. His comments are powered by Kunis Honda and Kunis Hyundai. And with that, I probably should find a little pop ad in there to run them in here as we take out here. And here we go, folks.
Party the fun, back in refund here at Kunis Honda in Quincy. It's that time of year to put your tax refund to good use with a new vehicle. We have the area's best selection of new Hondas and pre-owned vehicles for every budget. Plus, our Fresh Start program can get you approved regardless of your credit situation. Put the fun back in your refund at Kunis Honda of Quincy on North 36th Street.
As I told Coach Hoyt there, as I almost heard taking care of business, can't do that, all right? And that's another whole different team when we do that. But I'll tell you what, John Wood took care of business tonight. Eric Foster gave us a shout-out from the floor, so we gave him a shout-out back. But the John Wood Trailblazers put on a show tonight against Lewis and Clark, and we're glad you could bring it to you. For us here at Mecca Sports, it'll be Friday night in Pekin, 7 o'clock. It'll be Coach Pettit and myself as the Quincy High Blue Devils ready to take on the Ironmen of Normal Community in the sectional final. And it's the Pekin sectional, and we'll actually be in Pekin. Then Saturday, right back here at John Wood, a 1 and 3 o'clock game. We'll be here for the 3 o'clock game, but get out here early to cheer the women on as we'll close it out there. Dennis Wingard giving us the sign out there, the peace sign this time. As the final here from John Wood, the Trailblazers from John Wood, 121, Lewis and Clark, 47. And this has been Trailblazer Basketball right here on MeccaSportsCo.com. Good night, everyone.